Welcome to our case assignment on the Department of Education Graduation Analysis. Starting off, our group members include Sydney, Ian, Asude, Jackson, and Tanvi, and listed are our respective roles. The outline includes a data overview, Tableau visualization, a final estimated regression equation, some key takeaways, and our final recommendation. The data overview with important variables. Our interpretations of R² and standard error. We are 38.97% of the way toward perfectly predicting graduation rates for 6 years using this model, and the standard error is telling us that we could be off by an average of 14.07%. This table shows the numbers that we just used directly from the Excel sheet. Next, we'll look at the coefficient interpretations. The percent of financial aid. As the percentage of financial aid increases by 1%, graduation rate of 6 years decreases by 0.62 on average and all else constant. And this figure shows that through the graph. Admissions total. As admissions total increases by one person, graduation rate of 6 years increased by 0.001% on average and all else constant. For private schools, the graduation rate for 6 years is 17.08% higher than it is if it is a public school on average and all else constant. For cities, graduation rate for 6 years is 0.03% higher in city than in town. For suburb schools, the graduation rate is 2.11% higher in suburbs than in town. For historically black schools, the graduation rate for 6 years is 13.93% lower than if the university is not historically black. Common violations associated with linear regression. Since the admissions total residual plot looks funnel-shaped, this could be indicating the heteroscedasticity. We would need to fix this by doing wide standard errors. Since the residual plots do not look random, nonlinear patterns were not found in the residual plots. Let's take a look. We found that the admissions total and applicants total had multicollinearity for the financial aid. Percent of freshmen receiving federal, state, local, or institutional grant aid, and percent of freshmen receiving any financial aid have multicollinearity. To fix this, we can increase our sample size or drop a highly correlated variable from the model as well. When looking at the correlation matrix, all correlation values between residuals and dependent variables were small values. Therefore, there is no concern for endogeneity. Let's take a look. Now we'll look at a visualization from Tableau. This shows the graduation rate for private schools being far higher than the public schools, just as the previous data has shown. This drop-down has all states selected, so this is data from all of the USA. Next, we'll take a look at an interactive data visualization from Tableau. Up in New York, for example, we see that the graduation rate is roughly 45%, which is pretty high. This is likely because of more support and funding for the schools that are wealthy and they have large cities. Let's compare this to Mississippi, a state that has a much lower graduation rate. This is likely because of lower support in the school and less money. This means that they should target states like Mississippi or Arkansas with these low graduation rates to even it out. Our final estimated regression equation. The graduation rate for 6 years includes all of the following variables in the following format. Key takeaways. Our model provides valuable insights into the factors affecting 6-year graduation rates for universities and colleges in the United States. The variables chosen, such as percentage of financial aid, admissions total private, city, suburb, and historically black institutions, each have significant impacts on graduation rates. For example, private institutions located in cities or suburbs tend to have higher graduation rates. This information is relevant because it highlights areas where universities can focus their efforts on improving graduation outcomes, such as providing targeted support for students at public or historically black institutions. By understanding these factors, schools can allocate resources more effectively and design strategies tailored to their unique demographics and challenges. Recommendations: support for public and historically black institutions. Schools in these categories should consider developing initiatives such as academic support programs or increased financial aid transparency to improve graduation rates. Optimize financial aid allocation. Some higher percentages of financial aid are associated with slightly lower graduation rates. Institutions should explore whether financial aid packages are effectively supporting students' academic success, or if additional support services are necessary. Address multicollinearity in data. For future analysis, universities should refine data collection processes to reduce overlapping variables, such as applicants' total and admissions total, and ensure that insights are made clear. We could also expand the sample size to improve model reliability. Future research should include more data points from universities across diverse regions and backgrounds. Thank you. Please reach out if you have any further questions.